Good morning, everybody. Okay, I've got a great topic for you today. I'm really excited about this one. So today we're talking career catapults. So I want to tell you, what is a career catapult? What are the pros and cons? And what are the 3 types of career catapults that you can choose from to get to the place that you want to be in your career even faster? So I'm wondering how many of you are familiar with the CEO Genome Project. It's a really interesting one. Google it. It's fantastic. Just got the notification I'm live. Yay. So talking career catapults today. If you are live joining me today, say hello, or if you're watching the replay, let me know as well. Awesome. Okay. So, like I said, tell me if you have had a career catapult. Tell me if you have, which one you've had, as I start to explain what they are. And if you are interested in a career catapult, let us know too, so that we can support you. Okay, so in the book, The Confidence Code, normally I have it on my desk. I must have taken it out somewhere to read or reread again, and otherwise I would be showing it to you. It's a fantastic book. So definitely check it out. That's what I'm going to be referencing today. So the CEO Next Door. So there's talk about what is known as a career catapult, which is basically a career acceleration. It is getting to the C-suite even faster. And so there are 3 types of career catapults, 3 ways that you can get there faster. And these are found by talking to actual CEOs, finding out, what was it that got them to the C-suite. Oftentimes we think it was an MBA or going to a specific university, an Ivy League school. In fact, other traits, including a career catapult, is what they say got them there, or what their study shows is common among all of these CEOs. So there are 3 types of career catapults. They are go small to go big, take on a big mess, or make a big leap. Okay, so let's define and explain what each of these things are. So go small to go big. This means you're going to take on a more senior role, a job with more responsibility, but at a smaller company. Okay, taking on a big mess. So this is that project, that business unit, this area of the company that no one wants to touch. It's a problem. It's something that just they can't figure it out, and they're kind of like, should we cut this? Do we keep it? Like, what are we going to do? You're going to take on that big mess. So I have done this myself, and it really was, without realizing it, was a career catapult. In fact, it became my career catapult. So, and then that was taking on a big mess, make a big leap. So what this means is just exactly what it sounds like. So a big leap, an opportunity that's way outside of their comfort zone comes to them. Either they seek it out, or someone presents it to them and they go, oh my gosh, this is scary, and they go into it. So have any of you done one of these? Let me know. Say 1, 2, or 3. 1 for if you have gone small to go big. I know someone who's done this as well. If you, number 2, type if it's you took on a big mess, and put in number 3 if you made a big leap. I really want to hear about this. So, and let me know if you're watching in the replay afterwards too. So of course there are pros and cons to each of these catapults. So let's talk about the cons just to get them out of the way, okay? So particularly when you're going to go small to go big, and you're at, say, a big consulting age company, or you have, you're working at like a big firm or something like that, people might question you. They might go, what are you doing? Why would you leave? You might be giving up some prestige. That's another con. In some cases as well, you might not be compensated as well or compensated according to the kind of work or the amount of work, the amount of challenge that you're going to be having. And so really it's a lot of work for not necessarily any more money. So depending on where you go, or, to take on, to go small, to go big, or if you are taking on a big mess, it could come with a little bit less security. What if you take on that big mess and it doesn't work out? What if you go small, and going small is like a startup, and the startup ends up not working out? Yeah, you're putting yourself at some risk there. You can certainly recover from this risk though. And then the big one, and probably the one that comes front of mind, first of all, for most of these, is it's going to be really challenging. You're going to be pushed outside of your comfort zone, whether you are taking that big leap or not. But for all three of them, it's going to be really, really, really challenging. Okay. So let's talk about the pros. Okay, so the biggest pro, of course, is, and we know this from the CEO next door, is you can advance and accelerate to the C-suite even faster. Okay, so it's all about getting to that next level. When you take on a big mess, for example, you are showing that you have what it takes, because you were able to fix something, essentially. It's showing that you're bold, that you're not afraid to take on a challenge. You're showing what you have, what it takes when you go small to go big. So say you leave a big consulting firm and you go and become the CFO of a smaller company. You're making big decisions. Your decisions have impact. You are taking on a whole lot of responsibility. You're working with all kinds of new stakeholders, probably a board of directors, other members of the C-suite. You're showing you have what it takes to be part of those conversations. And you're showing you have what it takes when you make the big leap, because you are more than likely learning on the job, but you're showing that you can learn. You're showing that, yeah, I haven't done X, Y, and Z skills yet, but I can do those things. So you start to see, when I explain it and break it down like this, why these turn out to be career catapults. Okay, so a friend of mine who's also an entrepreneur talks about how entrepreneurship is professional development on steroids. And I love this. I could not agree more with this statement. And I think that that these career catapults are the same thing. It's professional development and personal development, because we have to have the mindset to take on this challenge and to see it through. But it's the same thing. It's accelerating your development. Okay. And that's something that I think is so huge. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the specifics. So let's think about that inheriting a big mess. So this is one of the things that I know pretty intimately. So when you go in and you fix the thing, or you deal with or sort out what was considered the sore spot, the thing that people were debating, do we just, chop this out of our programs? If you're able to go in and take that to another level, fix it in a sense, to make it profitable, what would happen? Well, again, it makes people realize this person is bold. They're up for a challenge. They can do hard things. They're a creative problem solver. They're really strategic. People just take notice of you because you did the thing that no one else wanted to. They might have looked at you like, what the heck is she doing? Doing this? But now they're going, oh, wow. They're standing up and they're paying attention to you. And they remember you 2 years later for what you did. So you gain a lot of visibility within the company that you are at, and likely outside of the company too, because probably a lot of those stakeholders knew that things were not going very well. Maybe there's even industry awards that can show recognition for what you did there. So really, all in all, you're gaining a ton of credibility, and you should have that credibility now, but going in and working on a really, really big challenge, getting positive results, gives you a ton of credibility much faster. Okay, so what else do you get? What else are some of the pros? And pop them in if this is something that you have done in the past. So you get more autonomy. So think about if you are, working at a big company and you take a jump to become a bigger fish in a smaller pond. So this is that go small to go big. So one of the first things that you're going to realize, and it might be an adjustment to you, is having more autonomy. So you have more decision-making abilities that are within your scope, within your control. You are more skilled at making these decisions. You are more skilled at the optics of these decisions. You have the ability to work with a board probably. But having that autonomy really, again, can advance your career, because once you are in the C-suite, you are the person making those decisions. As you advance, there's more visibility in whatever your role is, whether that's in the C-suite or not. But there's more eyes on what you're doing. There's greater impact on what you're doing. And not everyone can handle that. You are showing that you can handle that autonomy, that you can make good decisions under a lot of pressure. And that's huge. So, should you take on a career catapult or not? And how do you decide whether or not you should do this? So, there's two things you need to factor in, first of all. So, what are your goals? Do you want to get to a certain level in your career? If not, then this probably isn't for you. If you do, then this is absolutely something that you want to consider. If you want to get into a senior level role, you want to be a VP one day, you want to get into the C-suite, this is a proven path to getting there. So that should be your first consideration. And next, you should be thinking about, what is your tolerance for risk? And really, really think about this. What is your tolerance for risk? Have conversations with your mentor, a sponsor, your partner, your friends. Make sure you're going to have support too if you go ahead with one of these career catapults, because it is that professional development on steroids. And so you need to be supported to have the mindset to be able to jump into that kind of development. So those are the two biggest things. I'm curious to know what else you would add. Certain things like the phase of life you are in, if you are without too many family or other personal responsibilities, this can be a really good time for you to take this type of thing on. But if you do have those family responsibilities, like many of us do, then still consider it. Make sure, though, that you are going to be supported and that you know what you're getting into. It is going to be a challenge, but these career catapults pay off. And I really encourage you to read the book, The CEO Next Door. It is a really, really fantastic one. I will link it in the comments below once this is done. It's a really good read. And I'll try to tag the author too, if I can do that. So then you can go and see some of their other work. So once again, what is a career catapult? Well, a career catapult is something that helps you accelerate your career to a senior level. So we're talking like VP or C-suite. It's a proven track that has helped current CEOs get to where they are today. There are 3 types of career catapults. They are going small to go big, taking on a big mess or making a big leap. So let me know which one of these seems most appealing to you. There are 1, 2, and 3. Like I said, just note that in the comments. And I would love to be able to support you while you are taking on your very own career at Catapult. And while you are out there networking and talking about what is possible for you in your career, make sure that you are not neglecting your LinkedIn profile, because this is the place that people will come to see what you've done in the past, to want to understand what has come from this career catapult. They might not know that's what you're doing, but they're going to want to be kept up to date on it. So if you are going to go down this road, do not neglect your LinkedIn account, because this is another place that so many opportunities can come to you. So you want to make sure that your network knows about it and knows the great things that you're up to. So I have a course, it's called Opportunity Magnet, and check it out, because it really does so much of the heavy lifting for you, so that you're out there, you are catapulting your career. People can come and find out about you, what you're doing, and bring opportunities for you. So check out Opportunity Magnet. I'll tag it below as well. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you back here in a couple weeks. Bye.